Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name's Yvette. I'll be your host from here on out. And just a little introduction here. I do not come from the world of podcasting, so you'll have to bear with me, but I have a face for radio, so here we go. Basically, by way of introduction, I've been an investment advisor and a retirement specialist, a passive wealth growth specialist for about 20 plus years. I dare not even say, but just over 25 to be exact. And I've continued to hone my practice over the years because, nothing could or should stay status quo. As I've grown, what I've realized is I love entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I love other entrepreneurs. I love feeling your energy and seeing your creativity and just going down the rabbit hole with you of great ideas and creating ways to really grow your business and make it successful. So I'm really dedicating this show not just to those of you who would like to retire successfully, but especially to entrepreneurs. So along with my history in retirement planning, I've made some great alliances with people in the industry that are top of the line, like, for example, Tom Wheelwright, probably the foremost CPA and tax specialist in the entire world. And Tom, aside from being just a wonderful person, is the tax guru who really gave me a great education on how the rich file their taxes and why it's so important for you and I as entrepreneurs to learn that. So that, in addition to many other things like going through the hard knocks of marketing and figuring out what really works, learning from experts like Gary Vee, just all of the things that you need to really do and not do online to have your business catch the attention of your audience, your target audience. Things like what to learn, what's important to learn, what's not important to learn. How do you juggle the 10,000 hats that you have to wear in starting a business and then running that business? And we're going to talk about all of those things on this podcast, but the underlying current will always be that I'm a financial expert who helps entrepreneurs not just to hone in their craft and be a success in their business, but moreover, to be an individual financial success, to build something that you can actually sell and not be stuck with, long after the thrill is gone, but also to build your passive wealth along the way, which is probably the number one thing that entrepreneurs neglect. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a dentist, a tech person building a software, whatever it is. You could be making soap in your kitchen. You could sell sourdough bread, financial products like myself. My product is consulting. Whatever it is, you could make pool tables, whatever the case may be. Usually, we as entrepreneurs get so sucked into the everyday necessities of our business, wearing all the hats, the marketing, talking to clients, putting out fires, solving problems, all the things that by the end of the year, our personal wealth and our personal finances and growth is the biggest thing that's neglected, along with sleep. So as we take this journey through this podcast, we'll have a lot of hot button topics to discuss. We'll bring guests on, and we'll just talk things out. I'm looking so forward to getting to know my community out there. I'm hearing from you guys. What are pain points that you go through? All the things. So again, this podcast is dedicated to everyone who wants financial success, however you define that. Your financial success can be completely different than mine. But however you define it, I'd like to help you get there. And we're going to again have a spotlight focus on the challenges that entrepreneurs face and how to really help to get to that financial freedom and financial success as a business owner and business creator. We're going to pepper in there along the way great discussion, great talking points, great tips, just for everyone in general who's looking forward to building their own passive wealth. Now, let's go over just a couple hot points, things that might really leap off the page at you, because when we went out to the internet and looked at some pain points that stood out among entrepreneurs, 20 stood out more than any other. I won't read them all, but perhaps you can relate to some of these. Things like inconsistencies in cash flow, right? Did you have some customers and sales this week and none last week, or too many to keep up with this week? And another one was managing money and finance feels overwhelming. That was the number 2 concern in the nation. And that's actually right where this podcast comes in. Managing money. How do you do it? How do you do it? And how do you pay the taxes that go along with that money that you're receiving? How do you do that the correct way? That's just a huge question among American entrepreneurs. Number 3 was we can't reliably forecast our income or our personal wealth. Yep. Number 4, taxes always take more money than expected. Okay, we'll touch on all of that. Number 5, biggest concern, working life balance is impossible to maintain. It's not, but I know for all of us it can feel that way. I still struggle with that. I'll be in my office pounding away at the keyboard and realizing that my husband is eating dinner by himself. And that's certainly not what we want. So especially if we have children in the mix. I don't have kids. I raised my sister's children, but my husband's kids and my surrogate kids are grown and gone. But many of you have children in the home. How do you balance that along with really creating business success? That's a tough one. So that came in at number 5. Number 6 was management feels impossible. We've got too much on our plate. So again, the classic, we're wearing too many hats. How the heck do we juggle all this? Because we're not at the juncture yet where we can start hiring a bunch of people to handle each of these hats, right? We'll talk about that. Number 7, I don't know how to scale without burning out. Wow, that's really important as well. Number 8, maybe you can relate to this one too. I have a lack of long-term financial direction. Where am I headed? Number 9, I'm feeling stuck despite revenue growth. I'm a slave to my business. Geez, right? You've scaled and now you're really in a pickle, right? Still maybe can't afford to hire people for all the different hats, and the business is active and you are just running ragged. Super common. And number 10, I'm having difficulty hiring and managing decent talent. Okay, so that's a little bit down the road, but for some of you, you're already there. So those were the top 10. And like I said, there were 20. But if any of those ring true to anyone listening, please continue to tune in, because those are some wonderful topics that we will definitely look forward to tackling here on the show. And just if I can back up for a moment, I'm not going by a script. I'm just talking to you from my heart today. The name of my agency, my registered investment advisory firm, is National Retirement Institute. Now, I rebranded that last year. We used to be called Wealth Protection Partners, WPP, and that was local. I was just serving my local audience here in Southern California, and I wanted to rebrand to create more of a national platform where people seeing my business name could understand, first of all, that we are national. We serve people proudly coast to coast. And the other avenue that I wanted to express was that we're focused on education. So hopefully, with the words national and institute right in the title, that thought conveys. But the point behind our agency is, again, helping people. Our passion, my passion, is especially helping entrepreneurs, like I said. I feel that this group of folks, you guys are the courageous, the bold, the ones who dare to escape the status quo. You're the people who define their own worth, who march to your own drum. And really, you're the ones who take your ideas and put them out there in the world for everyone to look at and to maybe even criticize. It's kind of like dressing up your child and taking them to that first day of school. It's nerve-wracking, but you do it. You create, you innovate, you hustle, and despite whatever's going on, you continue to try to put your best foot forward. And I believe, as a member of your community, I believe that that kind of drive and commitment deserves to be rewarded. So that's why I educate. That's the big reason that I do what I do. But overall, we just want to help everyone that we can to learn the best way to do things, the best way to provide a passive wealth stream for yourself and your family, the best way to pay taxes, the smart way, not the Joe Q public way that keeps you zeroed out and poor, at the end of the year. So a lot of things that we're going to tackle are wrapped around those subjects: building passive wealth, the lies and the myths of Wall Street, the propaganda that's out there and why you shouldn't fall for it. In addition to, of course, all the topics we discussed about the pains of entrepreneurship and building something the correct way. Really just a lot of tips and good advice to really help you be successful and to build it the right way. And folks, it bears saying that the road to success isn't easy. It's paved with blood and sweat and tears. And many entrepreneurs face something that I call fractured support. You've got a CPA over here. You've got a financial broker over there. You've got a business coach somewhere else. You've got a marketing guy over here in this corner. And on it goes. It's like there's no cohesiveness. There's no actually pulling it all together. You have enough hats to wear, right? As an entrepreneur, you don't need the hat of trying to also piece all these professionals and string all their advice together. That's just a nightmare. And I notice that there's a real need for the total package, if you will. How did you need to really structure your business, the legalities of it, so that it flows correctly? How do you structure your taxes to go along with that business structure? Then, how do you use what you've gained from those, and notice the word I said gained, not lost, from those taxes, and built passive wealth? All that goes together. It's crucial that you have that in one location, coming out of one like-minded group of advisors, rather than that being fractured and splintered from several different independent advisors. It just does not work. I've never seen it work. And that's the key reason that a lot of businesses fail. So we're here to, hopefully at NRI, help you with that. And here in the Right Start podcast, we're going to help you get on that right foot to get these structures and these internal programs set up properly, so that building passive wealth is just something that's happening silently for you in the background while you're working and doesn't require your daily attention. We brave entrepreneurs, we need the help. We need each other as a community. We need to rely on each other for networking, for understanding, for tips and tricks. If somebody stumbles over an obstacle, we can all learn from that. So, on this podcast, we're going to do things as a tribe, and we certainly welcome you to join our tribe. So, that all being said, I just again wanted to put this brief introduction out there and invite you, welcome you to the podcast. Stay tuned. We will have our first full episode coming up within the week, and you'll be able to find us both here on Spotify, on our YouTube channel, which is both NRI Learning on YouTube, and we also have a Facebook page, and all those will be links that you'll be able to see or click on when you're both on Spotify and our website, which is nri-usa.org. So look for us on Facebook, look for us online, and be sure to tune into the podcast. There's also going to be a corresponding newsletter. And again, the purpose is just 100% education and support. So welcome. Thank you so much for taking this 15 minutes out of your day to listen. And I'm really going to look forward to hearing from you in the future. This is Yvette Spillman, Registered Investment Advisor and Fiduciary Advisor, signing off. Have a great night.